we wanted to talk about something a little less controversial than what we usually do. So we thought we would talk about tow vehicles.
Because that's not controversial at all.
What's the best tow vehicle?
Right?
What tow vehicle should I use to tow my 25 million pound RV?
If you want some entertainment, go to
150
Facebook.
will be fine.
Look at Airstream Addicts, RV, or any RV group at all, and look out for the ones where they ask, what's the best tow vehicle?
Yeah.
Very controversial. Tire pressure, tow vehicle, propane.
Propane offer on.
Propane offer on while traveling, yes. So, but we are going to talk about tow vehicles. You may or may not know that our tow vehicle has been a 2015 Ford F350 gasser Lariat, who we fondly called Larry. When we started our RV adventure, we were going under the advice of the best tow vehicle you have is the one that's in your driveway. Well, we had a Jeep. It's right here behind us. We still have that Jeep. Somewhere through the RV buying process when we were first looking, I said, what if we bought a truck? Traded in my Lincoln, and we got Larry.
But we were still stuck in that groove of a small trailer. So we went ahead with the trailer that we were looking at, which was the Imagine.
That's what I was trying
Actually,
to say.
we were looking at the Imagine like 17 MKE.
Yeah.
And now that we got the truck, we bumped it up to the
huge
22
one, right?
RB.
LE. RB.
Oh, no, that's what we have now. It was a 22. RB, rear bath.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
With a slide.
With a slide.
Right.
Because that was Madge, our first trailer, and we quickly learned that she was too small. Anyways.
Fast forward.
We got an Airstream. We did a great West Coast adventure with our Airstream and Larry. And then we did an East Coast adventure, did the Blue Ridge Parkway, also with Larry. And we found ourselves at the end of the day getting out and walking like a couple of old people with really bad backs.
Well,
because we are.
But it was not a great ride.
Larry was not a good ride. Yeah. Larry was a rough ride. He did great pulling the RV. That was no problem. Well, going up hills, he went a little slow.
Going down hills, you had to manually.
Well, yeah, he did that
You'd
too.
Had to take over. So we had some
and I first started towing with Larry, and I didn't like it. I liked it if I knew it was going to be more of a flat stretch, because Dee had to do all this manual shifting and everything, because we'd start going downhill and Larry'd go, and Dee'd have to shift down, and I'm like, I don't. So I'd be going,
when do I shift? What do I do?
I couldn't just drive the truck.
So when you drove, it was like both of us driving.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
it's not like it was a rest time or he could work or anything. He had to be there to instruct me on what to do, because Larry was going to freak out going downhill or uphill.
So we knew that if we were going to keep traveling, we needed something a little more comfortable and something diesel. This is part of the controversy of gas versus diesel, and we'll get into why we chose what we did probably as we go along here.
Jimmy's digging a hole.
Jimmy's digging a hole, as he does.
Behind the pillows. Because that's Jimmy.
So we were in the Phoenix Valley. We had gone down for an event for one of our grandkids. And kind of last minute, the grandkid got sick, right?
Kaya Jane. It's all your fault, Kaya Jane.
So we were down there on a Saturday morning with nothing to do in Surprise, Arizona. And that's where a really big auto mall is.
And we were there in December, so the weather was fabulous.
And so I said,
hey, what if we went and looked at some trucks?
Just for fun. We could test drive some. Kind of narrow it down to what we think we want to get. We had some to compare.
We did. We made a plan. We were going to hit the ones that were there that we knew we wanted. So we were going to look at a Ford, GMC, Chevy, and the Toyota Tundra, because we had just heard good things. And
even though we knew the Toyota Tundra is only gas, but we'd been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and that's where the education is.
We had some things in mind that we wanted for a new truck. One,
must-haves.
Must-haves. There you go. Some must-haves were, one, it had to be comfortable. right off the
Seats
bat. I
had
mean,
to be
that's why we're
comfortable.
doing this, was to be able to have a long travel day without feeling like we had been beaten to death,
Right.
which did happen in Larry
Yeah.
on a long travel day. We wanted a light leather interior. Larry was white, he probably still is, but we wanted a nice red truck. Tell him why.
So last summer when we went to the international rally is that why? Is that what you're thinking
Yes.
of? We went to the international rally and we parked with the Arizona Airstream Club. And so we were in the staging area so that we could all pull into the rally together and be parked together. And we were standing outside of the truck chatting with some people when other trucks and trailers were pulling in. And some pulled in right behind where we were standing. And I turned around and looked, and it was a red pickup with their Airstream, behind it, obviously. And so over the red cab of the red truck, I could see their big red numbers. And I was just like, oh, that looks so good together. I like that. And I fell in love with the idea of a red truck with the silver Airstream and the big red numbers.
On our East Coast trip, there are several times, even in the videos, where we're like, oh, Ford dealer, there's a red one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that was definitely on our list. We also wanted a diesel engine.
Why? Why did we want a diesel? Because I thought you were all about gas.
I was all about gas, and people who own a gas engine will tell you,
I don't need a diesel.
until they tow with a diesel. Larry just was a great truck, but over any kind of hill, you're slowing down, going up or going down. And
Struggled.
it's a constant manual process, at least it was in Larry, to go downhill in a gasser without that engine brake. So that's why I want a diesel. There are maintenance costs involved that people argue about. The price of diesel here where we live, diesel is about 30 or 40 cents a gallon cheaper than gas right now. But yes, we were looking at the Tundra as well, not being diesel, because research. We wanted a sunroof. Why did we want sunroof? So we could, one, enjoy the sun and the wind, but mostly so when we're filming our adventures, we can put the camera up and get some really cool shots out of the sunroof.
Leather seats, did we already say that?
We said tan interior, but leather seats.
No, I'm not doing anything other than a tan interior. I've always felt that way about vehicles. Always. And it's a deal breaker to get anything other than a tan interior. And let me tell you what, it is hard to find tan interiors nowadays.
It is.
They're just black. All the interiors are black.
The tan does add a elegance, in my opinion.
It does. It just looks classy, I think.
Thank you. Marvelous. And of course, it's dazzling. It's like going to Cartier, looking at the diamond thing and knowing you can't buy it, and that's what this is.
And I wanted adaptive cruise control.
Yeah.
That was on the list. Not just cruise control, but the adaptive.
Adaptive cruise control.
So when you
is
come up
nice.
behind somebody, it'll match their speed until you realize, oh, they're only doing 40. I need to pass them.
I should go around them.
Yes. Those were the biggies for us right there. With that in mind, the Ford dealer was the first one. So we stopped in. We were looking for exactly what we just covered. We wanted a 3/4 ton with 10 interior leather seats, a sunroof, and diesel engine. So first stop was Peoria Ford. We pulled in the parking lot. The swarm of salespeople came out. Actually, I think there was a sales manager there, and he said, "I'll get you a sales guy." We met Agron.
Agron.
Hello, we got a GoPro. Is it HD?
Notice everything.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
But I asked him, where are you from,
That's
Agron?
right. Europe. It's in this clip.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Kosovo, or Yugoslavia.
Oh, yeah? Hence the name.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a cool name. I love cool names.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't hear that often.
What's your last name?
It's Sufi.
Cool.
Very, very nice guy. Great salesperson, a great person, in my opinion. He was just
Very friendly.
Yeah. Did all the right things. They did not have anything on the lot that was exactly what we were looking for, but they did have most of what we were looking for in a 1-ton, not a 3/4 ton. It was a 1-ton long bed. Our sales guy is Agron, and we told him we wanted light interior, and he's like, "Oh man, But they do have a light interior. We showed you first, so we're going to test drive the 110. It's the only one they have that has a light interior
And
or a
is so
sunroof.
happy about that.
And I'm okay with that.
He's
We're just
secretly
driving.
really excited to
I am.
test drive a 110.
It's not even a secret.
So I'm driving it back.
Or there, whichever.
No, I'm back is good
Okay.
because then I want to park it.
And so I thought, well, they've got to drive somewhat similar.
The 350 has another leaf spring because it can take like another 1,000 pounds of payload. So that's what it comes down to. So you want to drive this one?
Sure. I mean,
And then,
everything inside is going to look the same.
Yeah, everything. The interior is exactly the same. The ride might be just a little different, but now on the new ones you don't notice it because the shocks are way nicer.
So let's take that for a test drive, and we did.
So the ride may be smoother with the trailer hooked up.
Oh yeah. Put any kind of weight in the bed, it's smoother.
Seat's really comfortable. Right? Is your seat comfortable?
Yes. We're at 84 already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, they're
Well, if we get pulled over, Agron gets the ticket.
That's right.
So it's a 2023, huh? How come it didn't sell?
No, so we started getting the 23s in June because of all it was a new body style.
I even drove it.
Listen, I'm not a germaphobe, okay? I'm wearing a mask when we went truck shopping, but that's because the weekend before we were at the Wilcox Rally, you may recall that I won the cornhole tournament, which meant I was out in the sun for like 5 hours. I sunscreened my face, but I didn't sunscreen my lips. I tend toward getting cold sores. I had mammoth cold sores on both lips.
But my lips hurt real bad.
And I did not want them in the sun. I didn't really want anybody seeing them too, but you know, that is what it is. Dee's probably gonna show you a picture with my permission of just how horrible that cold sore was. So there you go. That's why I'm wearing a mask.
2 USB-Cs. I think you have like a total of 6 USB-Cs and 2 3-prong outlets. It's quite a bit.
That was test drive number 1. What do you think of the F350 for our subscriber?
It was pretty sexy. Yeah, I drove it. Honestly, I really didn't feel like it didn't feel as big as Larry.
I'll agree with that.
And yet it's taller and bigger and
Longer and wider and just...
yeah, and it didn't feel it as I was driving it. And I parked it, not in the spot I was aiming for, but I got it in a spot. Ended up in the one next to it.
I mean, I don't know.
There's the guy that wanted to be our salesman.
It's so funny, he works here, but his uncle owns another dealership and his dad works there. That dealership.
I was going for that one. And
Yeah.
look where I'm at.
Well, it's wider.
I think you did perfect coming
Yeah.
into this spot that you're headed
Well,
into.
don't tell anybody that I thought I was going to end up in the other one. So now I have to go forward a little bit.
That's it. But it's perfect. It's just one little adjustment and you're perfectly in. See? Boom, boom, opposite lock, and
Oh, why
right
isn't
in
it?
the middle. A little bit more.
I mean, my wheel
Bam.
was all the way.
When you have a big truck, I don't think you have to perfect. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
What?
Yep, you're perfectly in
there?
the middle.
Look
Yep.
at that.
You see the line and the line?
Right.
You're just in the middle.
But then how far? I mean, look how far I'm sticking out.
Well, it's a long bed.
Yeah, it's a
I
long bed. You can
know.
go a little further in. It's these spots. It's not. These spots are not made for.
Do you want me to
trucks.
leave it right here?
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. These spots are not made for trucks. I mean, this dealership.
Check rear seats for occupants.
There's one.
There's one right there.
Yep. Thank God you didn't forget me.
That was weird.
It's my favorite truck so far.
But again, I'm sure that, you know, the more time you spend driving it, the more used to, you know, I would learn, stop here to get into that spot and start backing, whatever.
Yeah. We had that experience. Then we went to the Chevy dealer. Next up, Chevy. They're waiting with the golf carts to take us to the back 40.
Got to put on my mask so I don't scare everybody with my big creepy lips.
They had, 2 trucks on the lot that were even close to what we wanted. And
Did they have a red one?
No. They
think
they
so.
had two crew cabs. Oh, there's what else we wanted. We wanted the crew cab.
Well, of course.
I think it's about the same height, isn't it?
I think so. We got into, I think it was the higher trim level. It was more of what we were looking for, with the leather and all that kind of stuff. And the seats were so uncomfortable.
Is that the one where I got in and I sat down and went, oh, well,
She's like, I'm not going to drive it.
I don't even want to drive this truck. I don't want to sit in this truck.
Speaking just first impressions, I like the Ford better. The seats are more comfortable.
Definitely. I mean,
The
we're gonna
everything
drive it,
about it.
but I already feel like I don't even want to drive
Yeah.
it. It's so boring right here.
It's boring. This maybe in the higher here, hold that. Maybe in the higher trim level, you get the automatic. But that's as high up as the wheel goes. It doesn't. I didn't like, for one, the seats were uncomfortable, and he said,
Oh yeah, it takes a few years for them to really break in.
Okay.
do you remember what truck this was? This was the Chevy. It's in this clip. Welcome back. The GoPro battery died at the Chevy dealer, but so did our will to drive any trucks there. We did test drive
Sorry,
one.
all you Chevy owners out there, but
man.
Wah, wah.
We sat in it, and we actually sat in a High Sierra 1-ton first.
High Country.
What'd I say?
High Sierra.
Thank you. In the High Country, and we're like, do we even want to test drive?
Look at this Ford driver backing into a parking lot. What's he coming to Toyota for?
Probably works here.
It's a 350. Look, it's the same.
Yep.
Look at how long that bed is.
That's nice.
The red one was that long?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I gotta tell you,
man.
I'm still sold on that Ford. And we told that to Gaston. Nope, Gaston.
Gaston. He said you could pronounce it
he said you
Gaston
could
if
say
you wanted
Gaston.
to.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston.
We test drove the lower model that had leather seats, and
The
they were
XLT.
so uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh. I mean, literally, and no running board. So it's like, get me a ladder so I can get in the dang thing. As soon as I sat down, of course, that was in the High Country that we just sat in and waited while he got the key and stuff. But the seats are exactly the same. As soon as I got in, I sat down and went, oh! And Dee says, what's wrong? It's like sitting on a concrete slab. It was awful. I didn't even want to test drive it, but we did because he'd already
drove it
gone to
because,
the gas
yeah.
card.
Yeah, because we got in, it was out of gas. Had enough to get us to the gas station. And the pickup on it, it's a pickup, but its pickup was very much lacking. It drove okay.
And it was a black interior.
The steering wheel was manual adjustable. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So yeah, we're done. He's like, okay, so let's get your information and stuff. I said, I like the Ford better. He's like, all right, see you later. Saved us all a whole bunch of time.
I was very honest. I was surprised.
But it was black interior, black truck, all that good kind of stuff. Having driven the Ford first, this was a letdown for a lot of the things that this truck had that didn't have that the Ford did. Even the running boards. Okay, thanks. Gonna pass. Didn't like the way the hood looked. Didn't like the dash layout. I just didn't like it. You might love it. This guy did not. So then we went to the Toyota place. So now we're gonna go look at the Tundras. Wish us luck. Larry Miller Toyota on Bell Road in Phoenix is where we're looking. There's a Tundra. There's a red Tundra. So we have a lot of Tundras we can look at.
What is happening to my seat?
Is it just adjusting itself? So, taking some pictures. Yes, so nothing's going to power up, but that's okay.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. It smells new. It smells nice. I don't think the Chevy smelled good. Right? Am I right? No, I'm right.
I need to see it. What's the price?
The price is $82,048.
83,344.
Oh, there you go. 83,334. We could be in a 1-ton Ford.
Wow. We sure could.
What didn't we like about the Toyota? One,
I'm sorry, but these seats are not as comfortable as the Ford seat.
you heard it here first, folks.
I can't even get it to get up in the right position. So there's your tow haul button.
Yeah.
Do they have a 1794?
I don't think so. I think that we would need to go down to Avondale Toyota to drive that. Again, I think the Ford seats were comfortable.
But these are better than the Chevy.
Yeah, a park bench was better than the Chevy.
And so it's got like the Jeep where it's got the lumbar that goes not only out and in but up and down.
Did the Ford not have that?
The Ford didn't go up and down. It was lumbar, but it didn't come up higher on your back.
I didn't even check that. So
I always check that because I use that so much.
I just remember that we didn't like it. I feel like it was uncomfortable.
it was not as comfortable as the Ford.
We didn't drive it because they didn't have what we want. Oh, we wanted the 1794 edition.
We did,
that has the light interior.
and they had the higher level, but
Yeah, and
it just wasn't.
the
there.
price was ridiculous.
And then we went to drive the GMC.
Denali.
Yes, we are at the GMC dealer right across the street from the Toyota dealer, pretty much. And our salespeople are already standing out here waiting for us to get out in the truck, which is fine. And we've got a whole row of Sierras over there to go browse through.
Yep.
All right, you ready to go?
Got my mask on to cover up my hideous lips. Keep the sun off of them. Such fun. People think I'm terrified of COVID, but I know they would be terrified if they saw my lip.
And it was a beautiful truck. They had red. They had the 3/4 ton. First impression in the Denali.
It's black.
It is black. It's nothing but black. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I know all y'all like your black interiors.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The seat is better than the Chevy. Oh, we got your trailer brakes right down here. Heads up display, which we didn't see in anything else. I didn't pay attention to. D don't care. He's going to see if they have the AT4 that I found online. His name was James.
Do you need some chapstick? It's cake batter.
Can you bring me my chapstick?
Just borrow some from the school nurse. I know she has like 5 sticks in her drawer.
I'm not gonna use hers, you sicko.
No, I'm good. I'm good there, thank you.
They're jet black. And then I believe the diesel will come with a brownstone as well, which is like it's a brown. It's not like a super light though.
Okay.
Like a super light tan.
We just don't like the plain black.
Right.
We're gonna have a little bit of color in it.
Right. Did you want to just sit in the red one? I have the key, and then you can see the brown interior, not through the window. You want to at least see it?
What interior did this one have?
This has the jet black.
I don't want to sit in jet black. I know I'm not getting jet black. Because the seats are the same regardless, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to feel the same, but...
So this is the 1-ton.
Look at baby. See how pretty this is?
Oh, with the wrap around it? Yeah, I know.
Pretty. I mean, if I have to find a fault with the Ford,
that is it, yeah. So we drove that one. We're going to test drive the GMC 1-ton, which is a fair comparison since the Ford was a 1-ton.
It is pretty.
And it's pretty. Just like Cindy.
Where do I put my purse?
Yeah, look at all those dollar signs.
That's a lot of dollar signs right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
That's all that matters. They're just showing you it's expensive.
And she will vouch for this. It felt like you sat in the seat, and the seats were okay. They
I know
weren't
what you're
Ford
going to say.
comfortable,
I remember this.
but the hood was like here.
Yeah.
And it went clear out to there, and it's like,
Yeah.
in the Ford you could see where the road was here. In this one,
I felt
you
like
can
it
have
was
a car
all
in front
hood.
of you.
I just felt like it was all hood up like this, you know. And the Ford's hood is designed where it's kind of streamlined, and it feels like it goes like this. And the Denali's up here. I didn't like it. I drove it though.
You did.
I did drive it. I didn't like it.
I have to adjust my steering wheel like the Pioneers.
In a Denali.
And it's still not right.
Doesn't come out far enough or go up high enough, does it?
That's what she... A lot of places are like that.
The seats in the Ford were more comfortable. We both think so. Cindy noticed that. Well, we both noticed also. It seems like a big truck. There's a lot of hood.
Denali.
The Denali. There's a lot of hood.
I just feel like I'm driving a tank, and I felt like I couldn't tell where I was at in my lane.
It didn't feel like the brakes were going to be right there if I needed them.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Brakes were immediate. And everything in the GMC to me felt stiff. The steering was just not comfortable steering. The brakes were not what I would like. And the seats were okay, but it just didn't handle like the Ford. Agron and James was this guy. They're my favorite so far. Yeah. When I think Agron. If we were buying a salesperson, we would buy Agron. Right? So we're trying to decide, do we go sit in the Ford again?
I think
or do we
so.
just, okay, so we're going to go back to the Ford dealer.
Do it all today while it's all fresh in our mind.
Because we do want to look at those seats, and I want to check the running boards out again.
Yes.
As well.
These running boards felt like they needed to come out a little bit further.
They did. I didn't trust them. Sneaky running boards. All right, so back to the Ford dealer. Yes, we're going there again. Agron
and we drove it again.
So surprised to see us.
So here's the thing, though, that you didn't say, I think, because you were trying to keep them in suspense. But the first time when we went to the Ford dealer, very first, which was the very first one we went to, I was just scanning the lot for red trucks. And we're driving through. First, we're driving, trying to find where's the section with the 250s, and we couldn't find them. And we drive all around, and finally we get back in this corner, and there's the 250s. So we park, we get out, we start walking, and I'm just scanning for a red truck. And way down there, I see a red truck. So I just start walking towards it. Dee's going, and he's stopping and looking at all the other trucks, and I'm just beelining it for the red truck. And get down there. It's a 350, but it's got tan interior. I'm looking through the windows. It's got tan interior. It was the only one in that row of 250s with a tan interior. And but it was a 350, and it was a long bed.
When we went back to see Agron after we had driven the others, still liked him best as a salesperson.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Absolutely.
So if you're in the market for a Ford, Peoria Ford in the Phoenix Valley, look up Agron. Tell him the Hathaways say hi. We went back, and he took us out to another one they had just got in. It was white and had a black interior, but it was a 3/4 ton. And so he's like, if you want to see what that's like, here it is. It was, I think it was like an XLT. It was the entire wrong trim level, but I peeked in the window, so I was like, no, thank you. So we went back, shook hands, said goodbye. It was late. We had to check out and head out the next day.
Makeup.
Is it okay if I do this while we're on video?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we did that. We went and got up Sunday morning, took Amelia over to Chandler to put her in storage, as we do.
Because it was December and we didn't want to bring her up here
Right.
to the mountains.
Got a call from Agron. He said, sales manager says, if you can come in today, we will make you a screaming deal. Amelia is in her storage. She got a bath first because our new storage place has on-site RV wash for free, which is super nice. Dogs got to go potty at the on-site dog park, super nice. Didn't need to use the on-site sewer dump because we did that at the park. So now we are taking the 45 minutes to drive back over to Peoria Ford. Agron and the general service sales manager both said, if you can come in today, we'll make you a crazy deal. So we're gonna go see what their crazy deal is about. I personally don't think they're gonna have the numbers that we would like to have for that particular truck, because again, we were looking for a 3/4 ton. All they had that was in our style was a 1 ton. The price is decent. I did look up used ones this morning, and used ones are going for more than this new one is, but I don't want to get rid of the Jeep. I do want to trade in Larry. So we'll see what they're going to do. We only have about another half hour to go to get there. And then, of course, we have the 3-hour drive home after that. So I hope to reach a decision quickly. Wish me luck. And the screaming deal that we found was what, $7,000 over MSRP?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And
Agron lost a couple of points on that one.
he did. That
But
was.
I mean, yeah, because he never should have said that to us.
It was not a good deal, and I was not happy.
Yeah.
I was borderline.
Because we'd drive all the way back through the Phoenix Valley, which is no bueno.
And it was pretty darn ridiculous. We went to Peoria Ford. The crazy deal was it was $7,000 more than what we were led to believe. There's the MSRP, and then there's the dealer added options, which are not options because the dealer has already added them, which amounted to $7,000 more. So the crazy deal was we will give you almost nothing for your trade-in. And so we brought Larry home.
Shh.
Right, Greta. Greta says hi.
Yep. So we hopped back in Larry and came home, and all the way home we talked about all the reasons why Larry's fine. We can keep Larry. We're not going to spend that kind of money.
So a couple days later, the dealership called me, as you would expect, and we chatted a little bit, and I was just like, no, I just can't do that. I can't work with that. The last time that we spoke, which through the magic of YouTube is probably just a few seconds for you, but it's been like 5 days my time. But the last time we spoke, I was storming out of the Ford dealership, and so a deal was not made, and we just went home. Over the following few days, CD and I did some more looking at trucks, and just could not find one that we liked better than that red Ford that we drove. So yesterday we managed to go online and arranged to buy it there, and lo and behold, a sales manager called me just a few minutes later, and we worked out an even better deal than I was able to get online, which is way better than the crazy deal that they were going to make me when we went in there last Sunday. So this morning we got up early before the sun and drove here to the Valley of the Sun, where we are now, and we're headed back to the dealer to pick up our new truck. Yay! Yay! And there was much rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing.
By the time we're able to buy a nice one.
It's a little bit higher. Did we drive over to see Amelia that day? We bought the truck, and as you know, buying a truck is an all-day ordeal. Even when the deal is done, you still have to do everything. So first thing we did was get some food, and then we brought the truck over to meet Amelia, because they're going to be palling around quite a bit. So let me do the big reveal here. There's Amelia, there's Cindy, there's the puppies, and there's the new truck.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Doesn't have a name yet. By the time this video comes out, it probably won't even be under warranty anymore, because that's how slow I am. But yeah, there it is. I love it. Do you love it?
Yes. Okay. Before it gets... Oh, are you still recording?
Yeah, but I can stop.
Doesn't
really matter. We did.
That's when we made that reel with you.
Oh yeah. I should put that reel in here too.
You should. Put it right here.
Let's talk a little bit about the truck then.
It's red.
It's red. It is red. If
With
you're
a
on
tan
Instagram,
interior
okay,
and a sunroof.
it is a 2023
long bed
F350 Lariat long bed with the 6.7 liter high output engine, 500 horsepower, 1,200 foot-pounds of torque.
Tan interior and red with a sunroof.
and it rides like a luxury car.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
It does.
3/4 ton versus 1 ton, pulling a 30-foot Airstream, either would have been fine. I don't have to worry about it now, getting a bigger or smaller or anything else. We put an 8x4 sheet of plywood in the back. I have to unload all of the camping stuff out of it first, but I could.
That Friday that we went down there and picked it up, and then we went over and had to, introduce it to Amelia and everything. And then we drove home. It ended up being like 4 hours from the time we picked it up, 4 hours on the road about getting back home. And where we live, our parking spot is so small. He has to let me out before he can pull the truck in. And so I got out of the truck and came over to open the door. And then I went back down the steps and he got out of the truck and I was like, I got out of the truck and just walked.
Yeah.
Just like I just walked.
It's like she's
I didn't
got
get out
off
and
a
going
park bench or something.
Oh, I didn't have to hobble or anything. It was great.
It's fun.
Comfortable. So comfortable. Here's the problem though, for me with towing it. Because there is a problem. There's a big problem. He doesn't want me to drive. He's like, but I like driving.
It's not that I don't want her to drive. It's that I want to drive.
Wants to drive. He wants to tow all the time.
It's tough to be you, isn't it?
Well, it is. I finally get my red truck and I don't even get to pull the trailer with it.
You look good in it, though.
I don't think I've towed with it. And I don't mind driving it
Well,
at all.
yeah.
I've driven it.
We'll have to make that up and go into the next rally.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Drop a comment if you think he'll let me drive when we go to Dolores.
It could happen. Could.
Good.
I'm not saying it will. But it could.
Oh, yeah. Did you tell him his name?
If you're on Instagram, you know that we bought this when we bought it. You follow us on Instagram. And we had a naming contest because what do you name a big red truck? I think the top ones were Clifford, the big red truck, Larry, which we already had because of the Lariat package, Mater. What was the other one?
Big Red was the top.
Big Red was the top.
That was the top one.
We went with Mater. So
Tow Mater.
Tow Mater.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tow Mater, but without the tow.
Because he's really good at backing up. There's a clip I'll put in there.
Look at backing up.
Yeah.
I'm the world's best backwards driver. Just watch this right here, lover boy. What are you doing? Watch out, watch out.
I mean, and keep in mind, it's a 23. We were in a 2015. So the backup camera on this is just like angels sing when that backup camera comes on. And I love the overhead camera because I can park it. I can see where I'm parking in parking spaces, and it's amazing. It's so helpful.
360 is crazy.
Oh
and
my gosh,
bigger
so
dash
good.
panel, and it's
So
just an
good.
amazing truck.
Yeah.
We'll do a full tour.
That's really awesome.
But we'll do the clip right here now of Mater. So there you have it. We're excited to make our next video. I don't know what it's going to be. And to take our next rally, our next rally coming up at the end of the month, where we will actually get to climb a couple of hills.
To Dolores,
So
Colorado.
fun.
I think we should show our subscriber what I've been glancing at out the window. It's been very distracting, not only for me, but for the dogs. The fact that they're laying here being quiet right now is pretty darn good. They all being really good.
Well,
but
let's
because we're at home, obviously I don't think we mentioned that, but you can see we're at home.
See what's going on out the window while we're all staring out the window.
Yeah. So that's the neighbor's house. That is not the neighbor. That is the managers of our little park.
Yeah.
And they are cleaning the awning for the neighbors.
So there you have it. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Do the like, subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. You can ring
Which
that
bell?
Let's not do the bell thing again.
Okay.
Probably we've done that one. All right. Thanks for following along. And
that's it.
Yeah, that's
put makeup on for this. Did I shave my legs for this? No,
Did
no,
you?
I did not.
Okay. I didn't either. So we've got that going.
Who knows that song?
We should have a contest. Whoever can name that artist the first wins. The enjoyment of knowing they were the first to name the artist. And we'll tell you, you got it correct. Anywho, enough of us. Go watch some more of us on a different video.
We got stuff to do.
Right?
I got Airstream curtains to make.
I got to go sit in my truck for a while now. All right. See you guys.
See you down the road.
Every time you say goodbye, every time you say goodbye.
Hair check.
Makeup. Somebody's supposed to run in from the side and
Yeah, wouldn't that
cut
be
my
nice?
cheeks with all kinds of white fluffy
Thank you.
stuff.
He's the best boy.
I need a pillow behind me.
Not one of the cute ones here. How about this one?
Okay. How you doing?
Well, you feel so much taller than me now.
Should we just sit on the edge of the couch?
No. Why does it matter? Should we go sit in the rocking chairs with the truck behind us?
We could. Okay. How do we start this?
On your mark.
Get set.
Go.
Truck.
Where's the... Oh, over there.
It's over
Okay.
there. So we wanted to do something that was a little less controversial than our new... We wanted to do something with a car driving in the background. We're going to have that.
What's controversial?
Well, you'll see where I'm going with it.
Okay.
We wanted to do something...
Not scripted. Okay.
Yeah, not scripted.
Hathaway We Go.
So, I really don't know where I'm going with this.
I thought you had a plan. I'm just
I
sitting
had
here
no plan.
waiting. I'm just going to, interject when the time feels right.
So, bottom line, we got a new tow vehicle. Let me get that out of the way right now.
We got a new truck. Let's just call it a truck.
We got a new truck.
I mean, it's a
We
truck. Yes,
absolutely
it
did.
tows
It is a
things, but
truck.
it's a truck.
And so we bought our first trailer under the, not really a premise. We bought our first trailer
Thinking
the Jeep would pull it. And
No.
so
is that really how that happened?
I think it was kind of there. We were still smallish. Isn't that where it was? Because
Well, yeah. You know what? Go watch this video.
Are we doing the bell thing again?
Put a link right there
Okay.
to the video about Madge.
But I really wanted. And I keep looking at me. So if it looks like my eyes are wonky,
It's because we're
Camera's
filming
over
on the
here.
phone today instead of the GoPro, and we just can't help but to look at ourselves. Apparently.
we can't. Jimmy can't help but to bark at everybody outside. Determined,
Okay, so you're
Diesel.
skipping one.
No,
Yeah, because we test drove another one.
we did. That's the next one.
Oh, sorry. You're not going in the order that we went and visited them, are you?
Hmm?
Oh,
Do you want to watch this? We take
yes, I wish
We're
you
going to
would.
pause this and go watch the clips. So she can, we're not. It's always a surprise for her.
It's always a surprise. Well, I mean, in my defense, it's been 5.5 months
It's
ago.
been 5.5 months. There's snow on the ground here. When
Somebody's
we did this,
a little
so.
behind on videos.
They had black interior. Did they have a tan interior one?
I don't think so.
We should
Sorry.
go watch these videos. Am I boring you? We should get to the point, huh?
Just tell us what truck you got.
Right. And we'll be right back. That's the suspenseful part.
Oh, is this a pause for vehicles?
Yeah, it was just a
Okay.
pause for suspense, but we'll let the
Greta,
period go by.
stop licking the lotion off my arms. Your
That's going in
dog.
the outtakes.
Oopsie.
It's
the
just
car.
a pleasure to drive.
Yeah.
that truck.
And so I'm like, I kind of feel like driving And I can see him just kind of wilt.
Have you driven it with towing yet?
Have I?
I don't know.
I don't think I
don't think
have
you have.
because you freaking won't let me.
And it's done. Welcome back. Follow. Nope, that's subscribe.